Hello there! I would like to inform you that what you are about to listen to are the views and comments of the host and the guests only. They do not reflect the views of the community as a whole. Also, side effects of listening to this podcast might include headache, cardiac arrhythmia, nausea, an increase in blood pressure, temporary insanity, permanent insanity, involuntary cursing, shouting, hemorrhoids, spontaneous combustion, abdominal larvae, zombie reanimation, and a permanent loss of faith in mankind. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the podcast. Eddie, do your banter section.
Everyone looking forward to the King's coronation?
Oh yeah, I get an extra day off.
Really? I mean, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, there's more to it though, just having an extra day off.
Well, yeah, but I don't have to do anything. So.
Oh yeah.
The thing is that the number of people who complain about the royals and stuff like that, but they'll still take the day off, so they still benefit from it.
So you're saying if you don't like the royals, you shouldn't
No,
take
you
the
should
day
go
off?
to work because you shouldn't be watching it, should you? No.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. All right then. What the? Is the Eurovision like this coming weekend as well?
Weekend after.
Oh fucking hell! Oh Jesus Christ!
It's all blown into one.
It really is. I'm like, I really don't care. Oh no. Thanks that it's not in London. It's in Liverpool. At least I don't have to physically feel it. I just mentally know it's nearby me.
Yeah, maybe not you. It's a neighbouring city for me.
I think it's great if you're really into it, but if you're not, it's all encompassing, isn't it? It's just everywhere.
I just don't like. Oh God, no! I don't care if people shit on me for it, and I love that. I love that other people love it, but for me, no. Just stay away from me.
It was quite annoying because it was the headline news on the BBC News channel at breakfast on Friday, and then the war in Sudan. I was like, guys, come on.
Get your priorities right.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, this is the Ed Talk About podcast, or weekly podcast talking about Comic-Con, cosplay, and everything else. I'm your host, Eddie, and this week we are unscripted once more. Woo! It wasn't because, again, I ran out of subjects to talk about, and I got busy, or other things, or my life is a complete mess. Nothing like that.
Don't know her.
Joining us on the podcast is Doc from Tasogare Cosplay and Nell from SugarFox. SugarFox!
Always a tradition.
I have to keep a tradition by saying your name. SugarFox!
And you pronounced my name right. Well
Yes.
done.
I think I had a dream about you the other
That's
day.
concerning.
Oh.
No. It's a safe
fine.
dream. It's not a sex
That's fine.
dream. It's not a sex dream. Yeah. No, I think we had an argument that you changed your name from Tasogare to something else.
Yeah.
And I think you might have just gone with Doc Cosplay or something like that. And I went, why did you change your name? You're ruining my life. And we had an argument about it. And then I woke up and I think, oh, I'm angry at you now, Doc. But this it's a... You know that scene in Friends?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. And then you removed your power mask and you were Cameron Diaz. Unfortunately, still not Cameron Diaz. Keep trying.
If I tell you something, if I look like Cameron Diaz, I don't mind. If I have to have a sex change, let's say if I transitioned into another sex, I'm sure people won't mind that. Well, people are accepting of transition people, right? Right in this day and age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not a landmine or anything like that. I'm saying, good, cool. Not a sensitive subject for people. Good, cool. Just. But yes, but I was saying, if I look like Cameron Diaz, I'd be
get nothing done.
Are you saying she's a lazy cow?
No. Read deeper.
No, brain. Okay, just for context, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm still waking up, even though I've been up since 7 a.m. My brain is still booting up.
I have a migraine and I'm still faster than you.
That's absolutely true. Right, okay. Right. We will get into today's Unscripted in a minute. Right. I've always said, whoever wakes up early in the morning, they are psychopaths.
Yep.
No one who
Yeah.
wakes up and goes, I'm ready to start the day. Let's get out of bed. Let's do this. Let's go do that. I'm like, you're an absolute psychopath. Why do you enjoy them more? Why do you hate people? Why do you hate yourself? You should be enjoying yourself in bed, laying in there. Even if you're just like on your own, like I'm a lot of the time I'm on my own, but still, if you're on your own, just lying in bed, just it's so good. So like, why would anyone? Modern technology at the moment, we've got phones at our fingertips. We get the whole world, the whole universe at our fingertips. Why would you leave your beds? Why?
Yeah, my husband is a morning person, but he's not just a morning person. He's like a really enthusiastic morning person. And I'm a night owl.
So sorry.
Grab a pillow,
Yeah.
put over his face, hold down,
Yeah.
and wait until the screaming and wiggling stops.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Cool, excellent. That's fine. Sorry, we've just recorded that. Do you want me to cut that out or just leave it in there?
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
He's type 1 diabetic, and when I got married, my aunt, who is also married to a type 1 diabetic, gave me a book that was called Women Who Kill with Insulin, which I thought was hilarious. So it's fine. Eddie's gone suspiciously silent.
It feels like this is going to be evidence in a future case.
That's fine.
I'm just Amazoning that product. That's all. Anyway, I should do. What's the word? Check-ins. So I'll start with Nell because we haven't heard from you for a bit. Nell, how are you? How's the last 7 days for you?
They've been okay, yeah. I'm just still waiting for hospital stuff, as ever.
What's that? Is the hospital being built or something?
I don't know. They sent me a letter with my scans, and that should tell you everything. A letter. On a bank holiday weekend, they sent me a letter.
Oh, God.
At least it's not a lettuce. Do you know?
That would have been more useful at this point.
I don't know. I'm not going to say Teresa. No, Liz Truss will say otherwise. That was where my brain was going. Doc, what about you? How have you been the last 7 days?
Well, it's been interesting. So Monday I went to London, got stabbed in the head. It's fun. It's medical.
Why
Wasn't
didn't
just shanked in the head.
Why didn't you just give me a shout? We could have hung out.
Do you really want to spend time with me? Both my parents waiting in a hospital for me to get stabbed in the head with a very large needle.
I've met your mum, though.
You have. You haven't met my dad.
All right, well,
That's an experience.
oh, God.
Imagine me, but worse.
I don't want to imagine you. I dreamt about you. That was bad enough. So
Yeah, that is quite scary. But yeah, other than that, life's pretty good. My dog was ill, but she is now better. You know, it's just very exciting.
Did you put the pillow over the wrong person?
Yeah. I can't kill the Mumu. She's too cute. And she's not a morning person either. She's a night person, so it's fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She can live.
She can live. Oh, God.
Just because you don't like my dog.
No.
Eddie doesn't like pets.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't
Everyone.
like your dog. I just don't like all pets. I don't like... I'm not saying I'm not an animal person. What the hell was that noise?
That was my chair, sorry.
Oh, I thought that was a cat.
I thought it was a cat.
Sorry. My chair squeaks.
Your chair squeaks. Oh, God. I know I've said this before on the podcast, but I just hate people where they go, oh my God, I have found the formula for eternal life, and this is how you do it. And oh my God, there's a little boogie cat over there. Anyway, what was I saying?
You are a cold man.
No, I'm pretty warm at the moment.
You need a cat.
No, I'm pretty warm at the moment. I'm actually quite sweating, and that's why I'm like in my undies right now.
Oh God.
What?
Mental images. Ooh.
If it helps, tidy whities, Y fronts.
Excellent.
Yeah, really riding up my arse crack. Absolutely riding up there.
Is this a podcast or an episode of Bottom? Come on.
Well, yeah. One of us is called Ed, actually. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just need a rip.
I remember watching that as a kid and found it funny, but didn't find it rude. But I also didn't understand all the rudeness as well. I just found it funny because of just slapstick hitting each other on the head. My parents just had no idea what I was watching as a child.
No.
My TV viewership ranged from Bottom, Crystal Maze, Transformers, Thundercats. I didn't watch Grange Hill, anything like that. Didn't watch Art Attack. I probably watched Smart a little bit.
Yeah.
Who remembers?
I remember Smart.
Mm.
And How To?
Yes,
Yeah.
kind of. I watched some of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman the Animated Series. Got to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Trying to think. Oh, Red Dwarf. I used to watch as a child. Literally, I watched a lot of things past what was probably not really suitable for me at the time. Probably explains why I'm so fucked up. But yeah.
Yeah, my favourite TV show when I was a kid was Blackadder, which completely explains my sense of humour.
Oh God. What about you now? Anything you watched as a child that was not suitable?
Probably a lot of things, but I got into the horror movie cabinet when I was probably about 8. So
Couldn't do that. I tell you something. A quick story. So, and this is a genuine story, and I didn't know what it was until later. So, everyone's got a VHS recorder when they were young. We recorded things on TV. So I recorded a film late at night, and then went to bed, and then woke up in the morning, and I noticed that because you know when you record something at night, you just let it run, so you should go to the end.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did this. I ejected the cassette, and I saw it was like halfway through it. Oh, that's weird. And I spoke to my parents about it and went, we stopped that because we didn't want you to see what was going on. I was like, what are you talking about? The film I recorded was called Basic Instinct. And, and I genuinely didn't know what it was when I was young. And so when I found out later in life, I went, oh, there's a lot of fanny there. There's a lot of pussy there. There's a lot of sex scenes in there. Cool. Like,
Sex Ed Friday. Age 12.
Done about 12. Maybe 19. No, anyway, so. Oh, God. Oh, God.
You're calling yourself out. You don't even need us.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's easy to do that. So enough about my traumatic childhood recording very sexual orientated films with Mike Douglas, Kathleen Turner? No. Sharon Stone. God, Kathleen Turner's Jewel of the Nile. I love those films.
No, she's Chandler Bing's dad.
Yes, which not a lot of people knew.
No.
Seriously, I knew that straight off the bat. And everyone did think, oh, I actually genuinely thought that was a real trans. I went, no, that's Kathleen Turner.
Yeah. People
Anyway.
just don't know their cinema.
Yes, exactly. Just a sacrilege. Anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, as I mentioned, this is an unscripted podcast. If you're unfamiliar with this format, basically, Eddie hasn't had time to plan a podcast, so he's just going to get two random people, talk about things that are on their mind, and we will talk about it at a mini length before we move on to the next person, things like that. I will try to plan a podcast extra off this somehow, so stay tuned. So who should go first? I'm going to let Nell go first. So, Nell, you have the floor. You tell us what's on your mind. And we... Oh, excuse me. Just burped ramen. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's ramen and Diet Coke.
Oh.
What a combo.
Yes. I had king prawn with it as well.
So, fishy ramen with Diet Coke flavour. Great.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Oh, why do I want more of it? Anyway, as I was saying, now you tell us what is on your mind, and we'll discuss afterwards.
It's mainly something that I saw someone complaining about. Is cosplay and photography clout chasers, as it was. People who go after either what's in the mainstream at the minute or have made costumes from trailers of movies that are about to come out so they can sort of get the hype before it tails off. And this person was complaining that their niche cosplays tended to get overlooked. Photographers weren't really that interested in it. So do you tend to trend towards what's hot or what you just want to do in cosplay or photograph?
Can I jump in first?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is targeted at
Yeah.
photographers first. And because I think, Doc, I won't say you're unique, but I think you've got a unique perspective on this. But I don't want to force ideas or thoughts in your head. Anyway, from a photographer's point of view, I think your friend is slightly right that us photographers do tend to jump on what's new, what's, in a sense, got clout. I have moaned many times on the podcast that I think photographers get forgotten about during the photo process, i.e. when it gets posted online. Now, I understand that, and I'm not taking it away from the cosplayers. They make or buy the costume. They make it work for them. Totally understand that. Bam, no arguments there. But I think because we get so forgotten about that, we feel like we need to do everything we can to either keep up or stand out, or just any trick of the book where we can stand out. And I think if we as photographers end up posting photos, or the cosplayers posting photos, you kind of want them to post photos of what's now and what's trending, because then you're following the hype train as well. You're following with it, and you might get by proximity from some follows, some comments, reach, things like that. I can understand why they do that. Why us photographers? I shouldn't separate myself from them. I am part of the photography fraternity. But I do agree. It is a shame that some niche cosplays, or shall we say yesterday's cosplays, and we know that the turnaround for costumes or cosplays changed so quickly. Like, what was it? This time last year, so it's May right at the moment. This time last year, loads of Scarlet Witches about.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this year will be tons of Wednesday Addams. Like, literally tons of them. They're all going to be on the stairs doing that stupid dance, going, dance, 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 on my hand. Oh. Every time I'm on TikTok and I flick through, I hear that song. I fucking hate it. Jesus Christ.
It's not even the correct song.
Isn't it?
No, it's supposed to be the Cramps, which is more goth erasure going on.
Oh my god, this is how much I've not watched Wednesday, because I'm so saturated by it already by everyone else. I'm like, no, I can't watch it. It's ruined for me. But yeah,
They just dub Lady Gaga over it instead.
Yeah, which seemed to work actually quite well.
Yeah.
But I'm just I think I do like to shoot cosplays. I hope it reflects in my work that I like to shoot costumes. To me, look great. Doesn't matter where they come from, if it's niche, if it's popular, if it's trending. I don't care. If it looks great to my eyes, I want to take a picture of it. I don't care where it's come from. I don't care if it's a look that everyone's going for or not. Like I said, I also like to think I'm a photographer where, if you're being forgotten by everyone else, I will remember you. I will see you. If you see me, I will see you. So if you ever see me at a Comic-Con and you want me to take your photo, go for it. I'm happy to take your photo. So I can see why photographers do that. From a cosplay view, I can't really talk about it. I'm assuming it's the same thing of trying to catch the hype train as well. I don't want to put ideas or words into Doc's mouth. Don't I heard that snigger.
Sorry.
I heard that snigger. But yeah, I mean, the only advice I would say is that if you've got a cosplay you want to get photographed and you're about to go to Comic-Con with it, go find a photographer and book them up. Ask them, just say, can you drop me a message. The worst they'll say is no. And I know that's the hardest thing to hear, but I hear it from time to time and I feel shit about it. But I hate to say this, there are hundreds of other photographers about. Bam. You can ask them. At the very worst, we've all got this thing in our pocket called a mobile phone. I almost said cell phone. Sorry. I went back in job mode. I have to translate things from English to Americanese. If you got a mobile phone, we've all got cameras on them. Just ask a friend to take a picture with you. Just ask them, can you take some of these pictures? And I know they're not seem to be professional, but there are some camera phones who do take decent enough photos, and people will be full to go, oh my god, what a great professional photo. Well, I was taking my camera phone. Oh, good, cool. So yeah, I'm sorry, I've talked a lot now. I'm gonna shut up now. So, Doc, what do you think?
Well, I think that for me, I cosplay the characters that I like. I don't care about clout. I don't care about any of that, because to me, that's not what it's for. I think since cosplay's become much more mainstream, people are like, this is my ticket. I don't have to work anymore. I'll be a really great cosplayer. This will be my job and everything will be great, without understanding what that actually means. Like, are you going to be able to pay your rent by wearing cosplay? You have to think about that kind of thing. And I think since then, this cosplay influencer culture has made it a bit more clout chasey, I want to be famous kind of thing. But like one of my favorite cosplays is from a anime that came out in like 2000, And people may know the main character, but I don't cosplay the main character. Or Nicholas, who's from a anime that came out in 2015. The manga writer is really sick. She has lupus, so she releases like 2 chapters a year. It's ridiculously niche, but
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that.
yeah. So the writer of Gangster has lupus and heart issues, so she writes really, really slowly. So last year she didn't release anything because she's really ill.
Jeez, I didn't. Well, kudos to her to that she's continuing the storyline at her pace, rather than the publishers like pushing her to do more than she can actually do. Anyway, I interrupted you. Carry on.
It's fine. And I feel so much happier doing that than doing some of the big like clout chasey photos cosplays.
Yeah, because what I was saying, unique position, is that you're booking with me for MCM London in May, and when you booked with me, you're cosplaying a character that a game that's been out for what, almost 10 years now.
5 years.
5 years, good. Clearly, I rounded up quite a bit. Which is Neo Automatica. Which anyone who's followed the podcast, I bought it for my Steam Deck. I play it on my Steam Deck. I'm actually quite enjoying it. Though I got really pissed off at the first hour. So we're diverging from the podcast a little bit. Now we'll get back to you in a sec. So it does say at the beginning, careful, this game does have autosave. It doesn't have autosave. You need to save manually. Fine. And I knew that, and I played the game for an hour. I'm like going through and there's no sense of like, here's a tutorial, how to jump, how to shoot, how to point at I did work that out all by myself.
Yep.
And then I like going, how do I check my health? How do I add more health? I don't understand. And it got to a bit where I think I'm on the boss level. I'm about to defeat it. No, I'm fighting it.
Yeah, the Goliath, the huge thing.
And the screen goes black and white, and I'm going in my mind, that's me, about to die. The game would not let me fail at this point. Guess what happened?
It will let you fail.
It let me fail. And I thought, I know it didn't say it has autosave, but maybe it could pick up for it. No, it took me right back to the beginning on the first second of the game. I was pissed. So subsequently, I have tried to play it again. I played it, I played it on the TV initially, then I played it handheld for the second time round. Fell more spectacularly last time. I didn't even reach the same point last time. So just to get over that first hour, I dropped it from normal to easy.
Yep.
And just get past that first hour. But I'm sticking to easy because I think I'm enjoying the storyline at the moment. I'm enjoying the aesthetic of it. The soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway, we need to get back to Nell's point. But yeah, so I was picking up that you're doing a character which has nothing to do with current trends at the moment. So what makes you pick that character, even though you know it's not part of the trend? No one's talking about Neomatica anymore.
She was my favorite from the beginning. I saw her in the trailers before it even came out, and I was like, that one. I've cosplayed her standard outfit, and I've cosplayed her first DLC outfit. And this is her most recent DLC outfit. And I really love her as a character. She's just really, really fun to cosplay. And most people cosplay 2B, but I cosplay A2. And I love 2B as well. But A2 just speaks to me a bit more than 2B. And so, yeah, I'm always looking for a new way to bring her back, because she's such a comfortable character for me to cosplay, even though I don't usually like cosplaying girls.
Yes, I mean, as long as you're not doing 9S, that's fine. 9S is the equivalent of Winston in Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
At any point I can get rid of 9S, I will do it. I will.
I can't tell you anything because I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Yeah, I'm at the bit where I've just entered the village where the robots seem to be friendly. Yep.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
And yeah. So we're friendly and all that.
Pascal is the best.
Yes. So now, from what you could hear,
Yeah.
Oh, look, there was a technical issue, so we've just picked up where we left off. But from what you could hear about our point of views about clout and this and that, does that make any sense to you, or is there do you want to put in more of your own thoughts into this micro
I
character?
mean, that's the sort of a thing that if you do want to chase that popularity, you are going to have to do the popular thing. But there will come a point where you're just not happy to do that anymore, and you might be cosplaying characters you don't want to, just for that reach. But I mean, I've always typically done sort of whatever I wanted anyway for the last few years. I mean, you've seen a lot of my 90s cosplays doing like gargoyles and things like that. It's just really weird.
And also Gladiator's Jet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very niche pandering to an aging cosplay community where everyone's only getting younger, so they're not going to know what the hell I am.
Oh, you have no idea. Like, there are times I think, should I be averting my gaze here? Am I allowed to look? I just feel wrong looking at some of the younger demographic thinking it's okay when I feel like, oh my God, I feel like a dirty old man. Like I've mentioned before, I'm a 40-year-old man now, and I feel like this is wrong on every level. No one's going to comfort me that said, oh, it's fine, don't worry. No, okay, I got that.
Well, burden of, I always think that the burden of proof is on the other person, and people should be honest about their age.
Yeah,
it's not shameful to be 17 and going to a con with friends. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that, but they should be upfront about that with people.
Yeah. No. That's absolutely fine. I just want to pick up on something what Nell said though about. I don't think people are forced to like cosplay things they don't want just to chase the clout or the trends. I will take a little umbrage to that. I do think there are cosplayers who are wanting to do that anyway. You may argue they're fooling themselves, tricking themselves, thinking they're doing it for them rather than doing it for the. They're actually doing it for the trend, for the follows. That's a different argument. But I feel people wouldn't necessarily do something really against their will or their own morality.
I mean, I have seen it before where there's been group cosplays and someone's been forced to do a cosplay they don't want to for the sake of the group.
Yes. I can understand that's more of a being push because you don't want to be left out. I can understand that's a pack mentality. You don't want to be left behind. And yes, that is probably a better example of doing a cosplay you don't want to do. I think ultimately you still have the choice to say no, but I think in that circumstance it's harder to say no than if it's a cosplay on your own. It's like if I went up to you, Doc, and I went, "Oh, I want you to cosplay as Harley Quinn," and then if you gone, "I totally hate the character. She's overplayed. She doesn't represent my character," I will go, "Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to force you to wear it. I'm not going to go, no, you must wear this one. If you ever want to shoot photos with me, you need to wear that." Like, fuck
You
off.
must.
You must. So yeah, but
I think there was an interesting conversation going on in the community a few weeks ago about this, whereby people were completely reasonably, people of color were talking about the fact that if they're in a group, they don't automatically want to be told, okay, you play this character as the same skin tone as you, because they might not identify with that character. They might want to cosplay somebody different in that group, but that expectation that, okay, you are of, I don't know, Southeast Asian descent, so you should cosplay this character who looks like you, that there shouldn't be that expectation.
So I've got a funny story about that. I'm not even kidding you, this happened. So someone did actually ask me, this was years and years ago, it's like 2-3 years being a photographer, and someone said, "Eddie, how would you think about cosplaying? And we'd like to invite you into a group." When, okay then. And I did say in a joking way, "Oh, what Asian character do you want me to cosplay?" Lols. And they went, "Oh, it's the guy from Walking Dead." And I went, "Oh, you son of a bitch." Like, don't get me wrong, I understand why they asked me. I understand authenticity and all that. Because you wouldn't, in this day and age, you can't ask someone other than of an Asian background to take that character.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. That's why I'm not trying to avoid his name. I just can't remember his name. I want to say Joel. No, anyway, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I knew he had an Americanized name, and I will admit I was a little offended by it, but not like completely, because I understand the circumstances of it.
Yeah.
And I did cosplay something that wasn't fully aware of. I watched like the 2-3 episodes of Walking Dead just to understand the character a little bit more, and he wasn't too bad. He was a decent character. But yeah, it's very I can't help but feel a little offended by why I was asked. But at the same token, like, they could have asked a different person. They could have just got a white person to cosplay that. And I think we're moving away from the original question, so I don't want to go too far down this road. But yeah, I totally understand. It's hard to get it right in those circumstances. But yeah. I don't know what I feel like I've dug a bigger hole for myself. So anyway, Nell, anything else you wanted to add before we moved on?
No, that was pretty much it.
That's good. Oh, thank God. Oh, jeez.
You can breathe now.
I can breathe. I can unclench my sphincter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
put down thy shovel.
Yeah, nice shovel. Yeah. Doc, what would you like to talk about? I'm saving mine to last for a reason.
So mine was something that came up in the last couple of weeks, and it's the expectation of success, whereby you're a cosplayer, great, you've amassed yourself a little following, group of friends, great, good stuff, and then you decide you're going to branch out into something new, say streaming, for example, streaming video games, and this expectation that all 2,000 of your followers are going to instantly follow you on Twitch, and watch every single episode that you ever do, despite what they might want to do. There seems to be this kind of expectation that, well, if you supported me, you would watch every one of my streams. I don't watch streamers because for me, it's not an enriching time spent for me. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. There's no enrichment in my enclosure. And I think that there's this kind of entitlement that, well, you have to follow every single thing that someone else you follow does, regardless of whether you're into it or not. And there is this kind of element that I've seen a lot recently, particularly since COVID, whereby people expect you to follow them to wherever it is they go. And I find it interesting. I find it quite irritating, because if I want to follow you, I will. It won't be because, oh, well, I follow you on Instagram, so I'm going to follow your Twitch so that you can get affiliated or whatever it is. You can tell I don't watch Twitch. But yeah, I just find it interesting. I was wondering what you guys thought about it.
Just to check, you are listening to all my podcasts, right?
I do, yes. I listen to them at work.
Good. Just making sure, and you're following all my Twitches and all my Instagrams and TikTok lives, everything, right?
I don't follow you on Twitch. I do follow you everywhere else, I think. Yeah, I know.
Are you genuinely listening to my podcast?
Friendship terminated. Yes, I do, and I've got all of my friends into listening to it at work as well.
Generally, that was a joke.
No, I do. I do.
Okay.
I skip all the ones that have me in it because I can't listen to myself. Sorry about that.
Do you know? Yeah, no, that's fine. I totally understand. I have to listen to myself, and I hate it. I hate to listen to myself as well. Right. Again, I'm gonna jump in first. Sorry, you can jump in later. I think I'm a victim of this. I feel like, so I started off on back a decade ago. I started on Tumblr, Facebook, then Twitter, and then when Instagram came, I did that. But when I when I started up Instagram, I had about 10,000 followers, I think. 10,000 likes, shall we say. Let's say 20,000 across the two, Twitter and Facebook. And I'm thinking, I should amass that total quite quickly, within 6 months to a year. Started up Instagram, try to advertise it as often as I can. Nothing. Hardly anything. It's a slow moving upward trajectory. And I'm thinking, why am I not getting that instant success? Why am I not more? People say, oh, you should do this, you do that, oh, you should be more famous, and oh my God, you're so funny and all that. Am I going, yeah, I should be, shouldn't I? Yeah. But if I think about it honestly, the cosplay community is such a huge, not a pond, it's a huge ocean. Everyone's a content creator. Face it, everyone is. It's just that some people excel or push themselves harder and better than everyone else. I'm not saying there's a top tier and a bottom tier. I'm just saying there's some who really push hard to get where they are. And then, they got a unique brand, or they got, uniqueness to them. For what I do, if I really boil it down to it, if I really think about it, the only thing I would say that's unique about me, maybe now today, is probably these podcasts. Everything else, other photographers are on Instagram. They're on TikTok. They're making like behind the scenes video. They're now becoming videographers as well now. Like I've got fuck that shit. I'll do whatever I can if I've got the time. Other than that, I'm not going to push myself. So like TikTok, I've only got 300 followers. I think. Let me just check now. I've got my computer up and running. Click. How many have I got? 265.
Yeah.
And like I started that late last year. And like if I was old brain Eddie, I would have said, I should be about 1,000 by now. Why am I not up to 1,000? Now to me, it's like, cool, got 265 people who genuinely want to look at my work. I'm not going to force people to look at my work. It's I'll cross-platform it as much as I can, and things like that. I've tried not to do this, and I do tell other people not to do this. I do look at the likes, I look at the viewership and things like that, and look at the statistics, and it drives me nuts how much I look at that and go, I want more, when I should just be happy. Oh my God, this video became mini viral for me. I'm happy for that, and just be happy like that. I'm not here to, I'm generally not here to, like, coming off the back of Nell's question, like, I don't want to be jumping on the trend train in the Clout Train and doing videos for the sake of videos. I don't want to be doing it so that because everyone's doing this, I want to do it. Like, if I see a video that speaks to me, I'll do it. There's one video I've already recorded, ready for the week before the week on MCM London.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spoil it now. It goes, in 5, 6, 7, 8, I am ready to take a nap. But the video goes is that I'm preparing, ready to go to Comic-Con. But when it says the nap bit, I'm already back in my PJs, ready into bed. That is it. I by the way, small behind the scenes. When I jumped into my bed, I heard my bed crack. Even though somehow it's a metal frame bed, I heard it crack, and I went, "Oh, I've broken something. Oh well, let's go for take 2." So that was it. So yeah, I know I'm a victim of my own illusion of like grandeur that I think, oh my God, I should get instant success. I now try to look away at not looking at the likes. Like, I'm looking at my TikToks now. Some of them are like one of them is like 58 views, and I think, oh, that's sad. But I've got others that are like the Batman restaurant one I went to. That's got 551. Where's the silly one? The one I did, you get invited to a anime convention, you see cosplay. God, I wouldn't be seeing that one. That got just over 1,000 views. I'm happy with that. I'm happy. But I think, I think we all secretly dream that one day something becomes viral and we all become famous from it. And then we can all jack in the 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job and just do content creation for it. But for that, I think people don't realize actually some people do find content creation quite easy and it comes naturally, but a lot of people do put in a lot of work in it. Like so I've been talking a long time now. I just realized I will let Nell chat. I'll be very brief on this bit. Candy Valentina, who I've had on podcast before, we were talking about admitting for her own pages, and she puts in a fuck ton of work to get where she is. And I wouldn't deny, I had to say, she doesn't deserve the fame she's got. You know, it's just, I know for her, she's putting in the effort to get where she is. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Nell.
Yeah. So for me, a few years ago, it was more when I had about 30,000 followers on Facebook, and I opened Instagram, and the same with you. I was just expecting everyone to come over and those numbers to be replicated on the other site. But then I quickly realized I'm posting the same pictures, so why would anyone want to see the same content over and over again? And that's sort of the mentality that broke me out of it. Now I don't really expect people to go follow me. I don't even push for people to like and subscribe to anything that I do. It's just, it's here. If you want it, come see it, basically. And
yeah, go on now. Sorry.
I said, it is a couple of messages that I have got from people that follow me that said, I really enjoy that you don't over promote anything, or generally don't promote anything these days because I'm too tired. But yeah, it's just sort of that thing. If you don't push it upon people, they will naturally come and find it.
Yeah, no, I get that sentiment. I get that. I think I do. I don't know why. I think I do expect people to like things on all platforms if I post something, because I post, like to say, to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But you're right. Now hearing you say that out loud, I went, yeah. Why would they like all three if they've seen it on one? Why would they? Because I think I generally do like things on multiple platforms. So if I see something on Twitter, like it, then go on Instagram, see it again, I'll like it again. Just because I think I'm teaching my brain to be consistent, but also.
Yeah. The average person's just going to see it and go, that's cool. See it again and go, well, I've already done something on Instagram. Why do I need to do it on Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the annoying thing as well with algorithms. I find that if you say you see somebody's posted a reel on Instagram and you like it, and then you go on TikTok, if you want to see them on your feed, you have to like it again. Because otherwise the algorithm is like, oh, that you don't like this person anymore, I'll hide them for you. And it's like,
I think that's why I do it. I think that's the reason I do it, to make sure I keep seeing their content on my feed. Yeah, I will say about reposting content. So the way I half get around that, not say get around it, this is how I do it. So for TikTok, I'll post it this Thursday one, which I posted, it's another post, before and after. I'll leave that for a week, download it, and then post it onto Instagram. So there's at least a week where it's solely on TikTok and it can't be seen anywhere else, and then I'll post it onto Instagram. I did realise I probably should put that onto to Twitter as well, because I can do that. So I might start doing that. When I post photos from my website, I then group batch that on a Monday and Thursday to say, hey, if you missed this on the website, don't worry, you can see it on, at least on Instagram, type of thing. So I do give a slight break. Oh no, and then it gets daily posted. So the website gets posted every day, and that gets posted Twitter and Facebook, and Instagram is Monday and Thursdays. So yeah. Is that too much, or should I just?
No, I think that's not unreasonable.
No.
Okay. Cool. I mean, now I think because of your unique, let's say your position, your job, which we won't go into.
Yeah.
You probably can't post as much content, like at least cosplay content, as you want to.
Well, I can't post a certain kind of content, but
I wasn't going down that road.
I mean, many jobs have that clause these days anyway. But yeah, I mean, you can get away with it in a sense of this is for modeling or art or whatever, but there's a line that you have to stick to.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No, yeah. I will say, like I said, there are some content creators. I've got one more point before we move on. There are some content creators who move in from cosplaying to like streaming, who do it quite seamlessly and don't. I wouldn't say not mix the two, but do it quite well. And I know what you mean. I don't think I've had any of my friends who've come up to me and go, "I started this. Can you follow me?" And then consistently bother me to say, please follow me. Like, I think a lot of my friends know to say, hey, I've started something new, bam, and then they half leave it like that, and that's fine. Things like that. You do want to support your friends, but like you said, there's such a finite time I've got left on this planet.
Yep.
Sorry, it sounds like I'm dying. I'm not. I've got such a limited attention span, shall we say, that I want to make sure that I put that energy into something that I want to do creatively. If I've got time to sit and do to look at your content, I will. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I think it's my turn now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my two guests already know what's coming up. So I feel I'm going to get blacklisted by a lot of photographers. So, Father,
You're
for
not
I've
already?
sinned. I don't know. I mean, if I've been blacklisted by some photographers, I mean, that would explain why some people have stopped talking to me, which is no real bother to me. Okay, how do I put this delicately? Nope, just going to say it straight out. I think there are some photographers out there who don't act professionally. There's no professionalism in their work. And I'm not talking about their actual photography work per se. I'm talking about how, one, they interact with people, how they deal with people, how they respond to people, how they deliver photos to people, things like that. I think my biggest bugbear at the moment is that I have seen a few photographers who have said, I've got a backlog of photos and that's my flex. I'm like, that's not a flex. That's you not being organised or not being putting enough time into your work. Now, I will add a caveat to this very quickly now before I forget. I do know a lot of people do this for free. They're doing it in their free time. So in a sense, they owe you nothing to get those photos back to you. Absolutely fine. I'm happy with that statement. I'm happy that's fine. What I'm not comfortable in seeing or feeling is that there seems to be a sense that they will get you those photos back, and yet there's a backlog to it, so you never know when exactly you're going to see those photos. I think if photographers if they said, I've got a backlog, I'm going to estimate 6 months before you see those photos, you've given a slight time frame. Yeah, at least that gives the cosplayer expectation of when they could see it. Because I hear this from other photographers. Oh my god, I wish cosplayers stopped bothering me. Well, fucking clear your backlog then, and fucking give them a time frame, give them expectations. Jesus Christ, if you've got backlog, fucking clear it before you go to your next Comic-Con. I'm not saying you should stop going to Comic-Con, and I'm not saying stop taking photos. I'm just saying maybe if you want to be seen professional, if you want to be seen as doing work at the highest level, then act like a professional. How do professionals do it? Take photos, you deliver it, go to your next event. All right? I know a lot of people have day jobs and things like that. Look, I've got a day job. I do podcasting. I do photo editing. I take photos at Comic-Con. I do some private shoots as well, things like that. I manage my time as much as I can to make sure that what I do on those events, those days, I'm still able to deliver photos to people, because I think it's my obligation. And I'm just talking about myself here on this fact. It's my obligation to deliver photos that I take to people. It is not it's not within my morality to take photos and go, can't be bothered now to do it. I've wasted like 3-4 hours of your time. Thank you anyway. Bye. It's like, I don't think people realize that you're taking other people's time when you're taking photos, because that time could have gone to a different photographer who's, starting up, trying to get known, and they're denied time with a cosplayer because they are happy and comfortable with shooting with that with that photographer because they've shot before, but will never get photos from that person. Where this one could be an up-and-coming photographer who will deliver photos and do spectacular work, but you'll never know, you'll never find out. So yeah, so that's one area of professionalism I really hate hearing from my community. And then there's others that I think we've all said this before, we've all experienced it, that some cosplayers get ignored because of what they're wearing. I mean, there seems to be a theme going on here, but you're not wearing the trendiest cosplay at the moment. Oh, I'm not going to shoot you. It's like, why not? If you like the cosplay, just shoot it. If you've got an idea for it, shoot it. I keep saying, taking a photo is not that hard. You take a close-up, mid-shot, and a long shot, a full-body shot. That's it. People will be happy with those 3 shots. Trust me. I just think photographers should talk to people in such a professional manner, like it's a paid job. If you act like it's a paid job, you never know that later in life you'll get a paid gig outside of Comic-Con. Anyway, I'm going to step off my soapbox and let others chime in.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had year-long waits for photos before from cosplay community photographers, and generally I go into cons with an expectation that I will only ever see probably about a tenth of the photos that are taken there anyway, because people have busy lives, or they forget, or yeah, they just never get around to it. And I don't think a couple of months backlog is unreasonable, but when it starts creeping towards half a year to a year, then it's like maybe don't go to the next event and add more to your work pile.
Like, if you saw a photographer that's either you saw an advertisement for it or you got told they got a backlog, but they don't give you a time frame, would you still shoot with them?
I'd be a bit reticent to.
Doc, about you?
I think I'm the same. I don't mind waiting. I have no issue with waiting because, as Nell said, everybody has a real life, everybody has other commitments. But there is like this element where you need to be upfront and honest with people if there is a wait. And I'd still be like, not sure. This seems like I'm going to be forgotten because they're 6 months behind, if you like. And it's very easy to forget who you shot with, when you shot with them, blah, 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 and put things into a queue. So I think I'd be the same.
Like, if you wrote everyone down who you shot on that day, you're still going to have that list in 6 months' time, or you're going to have lost it.
Yeah. Anyway, I interrupted you. You carry on now.
No, it was just that sort of thing. Like,
right, okay. Okay. Yeah, I
say, because I've experienced the year-long wait, and it's like I don't even look like that anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you, and Doc, follow up after Nell's finish. Do you if you got your photos back after 12 months, and regardless of that time frame, it could be 13 months, 18 months, 24 months, or plus, would you still post that photo, or would you just ignore it?
Maybe if there are a few standouts, but it kind of feels like, obviously, because I've had medical issues, I've packed on a bit of weight over the years. It feels like I'm catfishing. Like, I don't look like this anymore, but hey, here you go. Have a look at the old me. Wasn't I great?
Sorry, I don't think I ever thought or ever see you as would be ever use the phrase, "Oh, I don't want to catfish people." I was like, what?
It does feel like that, though.
I mean, I get that. I don't know if I get that with just people looking at me generally. Oh, you're Eddie. Oh, you're the guy that does food and cosplay. You're not who I thought you looked like. I went, oh, what did you expect? A woman? Oh, okay. And I've had that generally been said to me. Like, not in person, but online. When people find out I'm a guy, they go, oh, I thought you were a woman, the way that you do your posts. I went,
How?
How does a tweet have gender?
Yeah.
How do you assign a gender to a tweet? I just don't understand. Yeah. Have you also, like, actually before Doctor come in, have you had photographers speak to you in a way that you've gone, that's not professional?
Yeah. There was a particular photographer who took a photo of me, and a friend at the time was more interested in the friend and kind of dismissed me to the corner afterwards, like, right, we're done. You need to get out the shot now. Go.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then when I posted that photo and my reach had gone up a little bit by that time, started being like, oh, it was so great to meet you, and being a bit grovelly. And yeah, that was just the instant ick.
Yeah.
I can't be doing with that.
Oh, 100%. 100%, yeah. And again, I'm not saying I've not done this myself. I like to think I've not done this consciously, but maybe unconsciously I've done it. And if I have and I've appeared to have done that, I do apologise to everyone who I've done that to. Even come up to and tell me, look, I felt like you ignored me before, and I'll say, I'm so sorry, that's not what I meant. That's not me. Well, I'd like to think that's not me, but clearly I did. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, Doc, chime in. Would you still accept a photo after 12 plus months?
I probably would, but I would be. Yeah, it would have to be really good for me to post it, because I think, especially if you cosplay regularly, the way you do things like makeup, wig styling, the characters you choose to cosplay, the way you cosplay them will change a lot. And you might look at it and be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did my eyebrows like that. That happens to me a lot. Some of my eyebrow looks in the past. Holy shit.
Sorry, I don't know why. What popped into my head? I've got a picture of your face, and you've got angry anime eyebrows
Got
in my head.
Levi eyebrows.
Oh my God!
But like, it's fine for Throwback Thursday posts, but most of the time, I really don't want to remember how bad my eyebrows were.
I'm trying to be off mic laughing, but I can't.
It's tragic, honestly. I scroll through some of my like Facebook memories, and I'm like, absolutely not sharing that.
Oh, so yeah, because I do admit when people share photos, like happened recently actually. It wasn't actually that one's okay, but when I have seen photos that are like 3-4 years old, and I look at it and going, oh dang, why did anyone shoot with me then? I know I've said this before, but I like, God, shit, I was bad then. Why did anyone continue shooting with me now? Like, I now understand if people stop shooting with me. I will not take offense. I'll look at it and go, oh yeah, I was shit then. Oh fuck, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right to stop shooting with me. You move on from me. I totally understand. But those who stuck with me, I'm very appreciative of, and I like to think it's because of the professionalism I hold within myself, like delivering photos in a reasonable time frame. If there isn't, then I give my explanation. I don't ask for an upfront cost. I ask for a donation, although I haven't asked for that quite recently. But I feel like in this day and age with the cost of living, I don't think I've got any right to do that. Anyway, what was I saying next? The way how I treat and talk to people, I think it all, for me, it bonds into an experience that transcends just a con goer going to a Comic Con type of thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your input.
No, please stay vague. Please do not add more than one word to this answer to my speech. Thank you very much.
Well, I didn't want you to get back on your soapbox. It should be the Ed Rants About podcast.
Look, we've spoken about this off air in private chats. I've already. Okay, I will admit this out loud. Essentially, this is an Ed Rants About podcast. But I can't call it that, because if people read that, they'll go, oh, some juicy, spicy stuff coming up. And really just me going, yeah, photographers should clear their backlogs first. Next. That's what it is. It's just that. Yeah, or photographers should act more professionalism. Oh my God. So yeah, that's basically how non-spicy my podcast is at times. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's something that pops into my brain of sort of looking at other photographers, because I look at a lot of other photographers' work to see if there's any trends I should follow or any techniques. I go, oh, that's nice, I like that, I'll have to learn that. Because there's some I've learned, like years ago, I saw something that said steel wall painting, steel as in steel metal, and wool as in jumper wool, not brick wall. And painting as in basically you open up the camera's shutter speed, so that it takes more light over a longer period. So rather than taking it under like a tenth of a second, maybe you take it over like 30 seconds, and you just paint with the light. I love that type of photography. I love it. So yeah, I've learned that like many years ago. I went, oh my God, I'm going to do that. But when I look at other people's feed and look at some of, how they present themselves, or I've heard stories from cosplayers, I'm going, why do you not act professional? I just do not understand. It really does not cost much to be polite and be politely say no somehow. Is it just me that does that?
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
But you're not agreeing with that you've done that.
No, I don't do that. If somebody wants to take a photo of me, I'm like, yeah, cool, great, go for it.
But if you see a creepy photographer, you're not going to go, yeah, take my photo.
No, last time I saw a creepy photographer, I chased him waving my sword at him, so I don't think I'm very popular.
Oh, dear me.
He won't be taking photos up girls' skirts anytime soon.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
My. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
My friend Callan just stood there looking at me, watching me, and just going, I'm so embarrassed. I want to die. As I was going, come back here and fight me. No.
For your honour, sir.
Fight me to the duel with your camera and my sword. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. I'd win.
Yes, you would.
I was a lot bigger than him.
I don't know if I want to end it on this now. Can we leave it on a lighter note, a happier note?
3 weeks till Comic-Con. No, 4 weeks.
Oh, don't. I need to start my research soon, and I don't know when I'm going to get time to do that. So yeah. But yeah, all right. Well, we'll do a podcast extra. I'll think of a question from here to now. No, now to then. But on that note, I'm going to end the podcast. Thank you very much for being on the podcast. I'll do it alphabetically. Doc, where can they find you on the social media? Should they want to find you on the social medias?
I'm on every social media known to mankind under Tasogare Cos, which is TASOGARE Cos.
Fantastic. And now, where can they find you on the social medias?
On Facebook and Instagram as SugarFox, as you so put it. And on TikTok as FoxyBot.
FoxyBot. Is there a reason you not changed that?
Laziness.
Oh, fair enough then. Jesus Christ. If anyone needs to find me on the social medias, if you go to foodandcosplay.org/links, you'll find all my social media links, such as TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you go to foodandcosplay.org generally, you'll find daily cosplay photos and some articles. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you'll find previous recorded podcasts with these two on different subjects, different guests, things like that. Yada, yada, yada. If you go to patreon.com/foodandcosplay, you can hear, if you pay a minimal fee of £2, you can hear the podcast extra, which I'm still trying to work out what we're going to talk about. and so you can hear us a little bit longer. I've done from the point of view of this podcast, I've redone 2 podcast extras, so you got at least 3 to listen to. One's about furries, one's about point and click photography type of thing. Yeah. And on that note, I just want to close the podcast by saying thank you very much to Doc and Nell for being on the podcast. And I'm going to say goodbye, and they're going to say goodbye. So, bye, guys!
Bye!